to raise your number as well.
Okay.
But yeah, it's super common, not a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was saying that like if you and Jaden go up ahead, he'll kind of bounce ahead.
Yeah.
I can't get him. We actually, especially with me, I don't know, maybe with you too, but he doesn't do break very like he doesn't quite get the like,
Sure,
break
the
is
release.
off. Yeah.
Yeah. That can be. Is that? Do you find it does it better with you or?
I think he does it better with. I think he does it better with me. But
Yeah.
sometimes he'll just like he doesn't want to break. He'll just look up at me like I don't need one.
Sure.
You know, I'm ready to keep going.
Sure. And it can also be just now that we've put rules to things and there's like consequences. Dogs tend to be a bit more cautious in the beginning because he's like, I don't want to screw up and then get tapped.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If we see it, if it doesn't get better over time,
Okay.
what I do is I'll go for a walk and I'll do heel, a few steps, stop, break, right, wait a little bit, start walking again, a little bit, break. I just keep doing it back to back to back to back until eventually like it clicks for the dog like there's a pattern here,
Yeah.
and then you start to see the curiosity.
So are you clicking when you say heel?
Yeah, so
Or,
today we're going to tighten up more. We're going to put in the word and stuff.
Gotcha.
So I know we didn't see that last class. So it'll kind of clear things up a bit in that
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
And for him as well, because now he's going to hear a word, and once that word, once you give him that word, it means to now lock in, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And if you don't say anything and you just walk outside, then he can meander and sniff and pull and all that stuff because there was no cue given. Okay. Anything else?
He definitely was better getting in and out of the cage, but it's not perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
he still is growling.
Sure.
We've changed locations 3 times. So
Of the kennel?
no, well, of us. Our
Oh,
whole
you guys,
family,
moving.
Since then.
since the last bit. So then.
Whoa, since I saw you last week?
Yes.
Oh, no, it was like a week and a
Week
half,
and a half,
right? Because
right.
I'm supposed to see you on
Sorry,
Tuesday.
but-
Was it
yeah.
Tuesday? Yeah. It was crazy. Like, it was sirens.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
feel like they hit everybody east of me and west of me, but where I was fine. I was
Good,
like-
good.
Praise God for that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they boarded up the target and shut it down just
Yeah.
in case.
Yeah.
A lot of, like, it's weird just driving through Lakeview and
I know.
Boarded up.
We were really lucky up here. It has been very peaceful, very calm. I feel like.
you guys were.
Well,
pumping?
our place is at Oakley and Western. We've been,
Oh,
we were
okay.
in this neighborhood for a few days, and now we're up in Evanston. But just from friends and paying attention to the neighbors, like it's been pretty good around here.
Yeah, one of my employees lives in Wicker Park, and it started to spread into the residential where they're breaking into the homes and stuff.
That's ridiculous.
So, and then she actually, there like a few weeks ago, there was a drive-by, and then on like Monday or Tuesday, she texted me like, "Holy crap, there's an active shooting as I'm walking my dog." And I was like, get home.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, crazy times.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Good. So I'm glad to hear there's some progress. Now after today, you can set up that Zoom session. I would give it maybe 3 more days.
Okay.
That would be the earliest,
Yeah.
and we can start tackling the kennel stuff,
Okay.
and then any kind of growling and things like that.
Should we set that up at night or like 8 o'clock or something when we're putting it in so you can see?
If you try to put him in the kennel during the day, will he still do it or no?
No, you
Okay,
can,
then
you
that's
can
fine.
even stick your hand, like,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
You can stick your hand in there.
So it's just
During-
bedtime.
Bedtime.
Okay.
Essentially, yeah. And
Yeah.
I've tried to pay attention to whether it matters with the sundown or anything like that, but it doesn't seem to. But at some point in the night he switches over. And do you think it's definitely not sunset, but maybe just around 7, just knowing the time of day for him. Like,
Sure. Yeah. Whatever you.
it doesn't matter what we're doing. Like there's nothing that we would do would indicate. Like we go to bed and do all different kinds of things.
Sure.
Just
We
our
can, yeah, we can set it up later when like at least one of them.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
for sure.
so you can kind of see.
Definitely. I would hate for you to book something and then we see nothing. It's just wasting time.
Sure.
So I have no problem with that. And what I would suggest also, just in case, is prior to the Zoom session, film it, and so you can send it to me. So just in case,
Yeah.
Don't step on
things
that.
will happen during the
Don't
session,
don't
I've
step
seen
on
it,
that.
and I can at least give you some insight.
Yeah.
And feel free.
I do have one from before when we were at
Right,
your
did you
parents'
not step
house.
on it?
Okay,
So-
sure.
Step
And yeah,
on
you can email me that. And if you ever see anything, you can catch it on film.
Yep.
Feel
Okay.
free to send it.
Sounds good.
Because I've had it where I show up and we do the session and we're trying to recreate it. And
Right,
it's
exactly.
like that. But,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. I do want to check to see if we have this collar on
Sure.
tight enough for him. Just want to make sure.
pretty good. It can maybe be one more, but with these, they're tiny necks.
Yeah.
It's difficult. If we find we get really inconsistent contact, there's adapters that you can buy where there's more of the points to ensure better contact.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the contact is pretty good. Like.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, it's his door. You don't want to do this, do you? Sorry.
And how was the walking thing? I remember you texted me about it, and the resistance coming out. I think it was.
Yeah, we did start with the zap, and he's done better. There's been a couple times where he's been super anxious.
Sure.
Shaking, but
Sure.
it definitely got better after that.
Yeah, so more exposure and always act indifferent or upbeat, okay, never negative, or try to be consoling, because the soft energy of consoling actually reinforces the anxious, nervous behavior. So it's kind of like, it is what it is, buddy, right? You just go for a walk and I'm always just upbeat, so he's like, all right, well, you're not bothered by it, and you're always like positive, so I guess no big deal. Okay?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, it is funny. He always is more at my feet. But you, like,
Who's done more training?
him.
Interesting.
Yeah. But even from the very first, like, yeah. If we're all standing together, he's gonna.
It's
rest and I can-
possible. So it's either whoever's done the most training, the dog will gravitate to. So if it's like 80-20, even if the person who does 20 says something, the dog will perform it for the person who does it the most. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or it can be, if there's less association with discipline, he's kind of like, well, I'm going to be over here because she doesn't remote me as much. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So it can go either way. Not a big deal unless we see something come from it.
Okay.
Okay? Anything else?
No, good boy.
So we'll start off with a quick recap. I'm gonna have you just show me what you've been doing. We'll see how he's doing, how he does, and then we'll do
the number and everything.
the second half again.
Yeah. Great, bud. Okay. Yeah.
Tiniest dog on my calendar right now.
Oh, he responded at 8.
Good.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Good. Yep, forward cap, good. Turn cap. I'm gonna walk slow. Slower. And stop. That's not too bad.
When he goes like off like that and cracks himself, it's usually like I don't even get to the cap before.
Yeah, I would try to catch it as soon as you. I know, like, because
Yeah.
you're focused on this, right?
Yeah.
And you have the leash slack, but if you ever catch out your peripheral range, definitely give that tap in. Even if you feel like you're catching it too late, I would still
There's
get.
enough time. He'll correlate it.
Yeah, but that was still pretty good from what I saw.
Yeah,
Okay?
he kind of got a couple times, took it ahead, and he'll drop back again.
Sure. Okay. We'll go to swap. Good. Go ahead and slow down here. Slower. Yeah, stop. Right. Now this here can be either shade or like he knows car means go home. You know, kind of.
Or when I slow down, he's always ready for the turn.
Gotcha. Sure.
You know?
Yep, yep.
So he's always getting ahead of before I even turn.
Yeah, because he's anticipating the pivot.
Right.
So one thing that we can do to correct that is when he crosses over, if this is his head here, if I can catch it as he's moving, I'll walk again.
Yep.
But I'll move forward with my right leg and literally just bump him out the way.
Okay.
So then he thinks, crap, if I cut in front, anticipating they're going to turn, they walk through. Yeah, I get in the way.
Yep.
Right?
Without the nick.
Without the nick.
Yep.
The correction is you.
Okay.
Right? So he's here and it's just like boom. Right? He goes, crap. And you'll see now, but then you're going to create a problem, especially with these little guys, is because the size difference is so drastic, is then it pushes them off.
Yeah.
So now he's going to give a lot of space. So then I just keep forward remote to bring him in. So you got to find the balance of if I come here, the leg happens. If I space off too far, the nick happens.
Right.
I have this little bubble. Okay. So ideally with these little guys, when you're coming to that stop and you start to see that swing around, I just kick in and start moving again. Okay, and then come to a stop to see if he'll stop aside. I don't need it to be perfect, and I'm okay with a slight slant, but definitely this can become a problem because he's right in front of your pad.
Yeah.
Okay. We wouldn't want to move forward with our left leg because that'll push his rear end out, and then he'll end up on this side. Okay, so it's that right leg. Okay. Questions about any of that stuff? So looks good. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a few visual things for him to cue the turns, because you're not always going to be making, I was training a dog on the right earlier, so I went backwards.
Yeah.
You're going to make me about right turns, right? You're going to make left turns as well. And we're going to attach the word heel. So we'll do that first, okay? So I say heel to start the command from a stationary position. Okay, so if we're already in motion and Bogey goes ahead, I wouldn't say heel and turn. I would just turn and tap.
Yeah.
Okay, like that. There is no. I don't repeat the command.
Yep.
So if he's on my left, heel first, and then forward with your left leg. Okay. So dogs have a wider peripheral range than we do, so you can see your leg here. So it becomes this visual of now we're moving. Okay. So more advanced training, left leg means walk with me. Right leg means don't move. Okay.
Okay.
And it sounds super fancy.
Yeah.
But it's really just conditioning the dog to recognize which leg. Okay.
And what do we? He's always popping in front. So just start walking. Like, do we need to get him off to the side before we start walking, or?
Like right now.
I see what you're saying. Like right now. Right now in the
now.
beginning, what we'll do is we'll just accommodate and step aside him. And then as we're working, I'm going to show you, because we're going to do other leg movements to correct him. Okay? So what I'm going to have you do is you're going to go ahead and just say the word heel and take 5 steps or a few steps, come to a stop. And then I saw that you're getting him to sit. Is that correct?
Not intentionally.
So we're going to add an auto sit to this. Now when it comes to these little guys, I'm not too picky about it. Like when it snows, it's going to be too cold for him.
Yeah.
When it's raining, like a lot of dogs don't like to sit down because it's dirty. I don't care about that, right? Or for him, like this, that's fine.
Yeah.
If it's too hot.
Yeah.
Right? So as long as he's stopping next to you, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
But technically, heel is walk with me, stay with me, sit when I stop. Okay? So if we don't see the sit, what I'm going to have you do, and I saw you do it a couple of times, is you lightly pulled up, right? And I would tap to create the sitting motion.
Okay.
If he gets panicky, I grab the leash, pull up, and with my left hand, put pressure on the hindquarters, like this, and then tap to get a sitting position. Okay? It's easier when you got a taller dog.
So am I saying sit or
No.
heel or anything?
You're
Just
saying
the-
heel,
Just the heel.
but for the
and then-
sit, you would just pull up,
Okay.
push down, and tap to create the behavior,
Which
the response.
He would respond to that.
Yeah.
He would.
And then, because what we're doing is creating an automatic response. That every time you
Okay.
stop, he should put that button.
Yep.
Okay.
That's good.
I'm not going to carry about specific position right now.
Right.
Just the general behavior.
Okay.
Okay. Whenever you're ready,
Heel. Am I clicking it? Am I nicking it?
just move forward.
Okay.
Heel, left leg,
Heel.
like that. Good. So as long as he moves with you, we don't need to do anything. Is he going to die?
Yeah.
So we'll pause for a second. Good. And then slow to stop here.
Stop.
Slow to stop, yep. Good. Now lightly pull up, tap. Right? Relax, good. Go ahead and just take a step back. Okay. And then he looks like he stood up there. Up, tap, right? Good. Good. Now right there, go ahead and just give a little praise. Good boy. Good. Correct? He stood up.
Tap it.
Yep. There you go, like that. Good. Praise. Good. Up again. Tap. Good. So this is all normal because he's getting nervous. Up, tap. You're okay. There you go. Good. Now relax. Good. Good. He doesn't get up. Very good, right? So now you're conditioning him that when he feels that combination to go into this position, but because he's so small, they get kind of nervous. So then I just keep repeating. And eventually he goes, what I'm doing isn't working because I keep getting tapped. What happens if I just keep my butt down?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right.
Great. Okay. So now you go heel, left leg.
Heel.
There you go. Good.
Boy, good boy.
Good. Again. There you go. Good.
Good boy.
And then we just pause for a second. Good, right? So if you see he gets up on a couple of them, on the last one, I would let it sit for a few seconds to let it kind of just resonate, not to bring the butt up. Right? Okay? I'm surprised he didn't flinch with those fireworks.
Yep.
Yeah. He actually, we've lived in this neighborhood though for his whole life, so.
Sure.
So
Yeah, that's a pretty common thing.
it's actually never been a real issue for him.
Good. Let's try a few more.
Heel.
They do a lot of fireworks. Yeah.
South side too.
Yeah.
Good. 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 Good.
Where'd you get him? Oh, it's just
got that generic brand. We got that brand, and the brand is just bomb.
He's so close.
Yeah,
He does
no,
that.
he's
With me, he stays away. I must kick him.
and I was going to mention that he gave a little bit more space with you.
Yeah. I do think I'm clumsier. I just kind of hit him. He knows that.
Get it? Almost. There you go. Good. Better. Try one more, then we'll swap.
Yep.
Good. Much better.
Am I saying heel every time I start up again?
From stationary to motion, correct. Go ahead and pivot and then correct, yep, good. Yep. There he goes, good. Did he just have a moment? I looked away right when he did that, or did something happen that spooked him?
No, I moved.
Oh,
I
okay.
healed him. I kicked him again, and here it goes. Heel? Or
You're okay. Good. Recover. Yep. Good. Was there an accidental tap there?
I just tapped as I pulled.
When he shot off there, though.
No, I
Yeah, what was
When you tapped him with your foot?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
No, nothing.
I'll say with these little guys, plus nervous, that little touch just
Yep.
sends them off when I was talking about it earlier. My Chihuahua does the same thing too from time to time. He'll learn to balance out because he's
Yep.
really close to you, right?
Yes.
So once he figures out like, hey, if I'm too close, I might get Dad's foot. But if I give a little space, I'm in perfect position. That should resolve itself, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna just take a quick second here. Go ahead and shut it off. Get it. Alrighty. Whenever you're ready.
Good boy.
Boy, Bogey.
Do you have any questions before you get started?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Let's see how he does.
Yeah.
Go relax your arm. There you go. Now go slower and stop. Good. Right. And praise.
Good boy. Oh, good job.
Right. So yep. When they reinforce. There you go. Good. Praise again.
Good boy.
All right. Correct. Yep. Good. Again.
Good boy. Good
Better.
job. Good job.
Pause for a second. Relax. And heel.
Heel.
Good. Good. Slow. Slower to stop. Very good. Good. That's fine. Okay. Yep. Good.
I would keep hitting him with that thing. I found it very good bracelet.
Yeah. But this is what helps him clarify
Yeah.
because the affection, yep, distracts him from like task at hand.
Yeah.
So it just takes repetition. Yep. There you go. Good.
Boy.
Before it gets real clear
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, I haven't been going on.
Yeah, no, that's good. Let's try for 3 more.
Heel.
Give a little bit more slack.
Okay.
There you go. Good. Slow, good. Yeah, good.
Good boy.
Yep, praise.
Good job.
So there was no tap there, it looked like, right?
No.
So that's good.
Good boy.
Good.
Good job. That's it.
Right?
Should I tap him?
Yeah, so if he gets up, we always reinforce,
Just do it.
right?
Okay.
Now, because he sat down on his own for the most part,
Yeah.
you're correct not to tap.
Okay.
So now he's learning he can avoid it if he sits down automatically, or if you've already put him in position if he just doesn't get up. Okay? Let's try for 2 more.
Alright. Feel.
Good turn. Good.
Good boy. Good job. Good job.
Good.
Good boy. Good. You can do it.
Last one.
Hey, good job. Alright, heel.
Swagger doing that.
Yeah. Well, as they start to
Sidewalk
understand
there.
it, yeah. Because the beginning, since it's completely foreign
Yeah.
with the discipline and what's expected, but once they understand or start to associate what the concept is, it starts to build confidence and get more relaxed. Right? Yeah, look at that.
Boy. Good job. Good job.
Good. We're gonna pause right there, okay? So, if you're in a heel position or a heel command with him, when you come to a stop, his job is to put that butt down, right? So now, if you see a friend, you're gonna have a conversation. He shouldn't be off doing this. His job is here, okay? If he breaks position, you don't say sit, you don't say heel, you simply just up tap. And there was some I saw that he just tapped and he just sat back down
Yeah,
again, right?
Yeah.
So he's starting to decipher that the tap means something different depending on what's going on,
Okay.
which is good. And it was getting easier and easier, and he was becoming less jumpy, right? In the beginning when you're doing it, he was like kind of hopping a bit,
Yeah.
and now he's taking the hit and going, oh, all right, cool, put my butt down.
Yeah.
So because it's not so like abrupt, it's not so
Unexpected.
yeah, exactly. What is this for, right? So all that's good. Questions about any of that?
No.
Okay.
No.
So the next thing are going to be our turns. So he's got that wider peripheral range, right? Is if Bogey's on our left, if we turn left and lead with our left leg, you're gonna kick him out. Okay. So what you want to do is first slow down, at least 3 steps. More is fine. And you're gonna lead that turn with your right leg. Okay. And you're gonna cut at a 90-degree angle. Okay. I hope that's the right. Yeah, it's 90, right?
I don't even.
Math and geometry was not my thing, so I am a dog trainer. So you lead it with the right leg, and then you're going to cut in with the left leg, right, going straight, and you're going to cut in again with your right leg to be going the opposite way, okay?
Okay.
So it's going to be right, left, right. So if you're doing it correctly, you should stay within the path.
Just exaggerated.
Yes, okay?
U-turn more than a.
Yes, like a very square U-turn.
Okay.
If you do a soft right like this, like a 45 degree, you're going to end up punting them out.
Sure. Okay.
So what happens is when you cut with that right leg, some dogs will stop because they see it, allowing the left leg to come through, then they'll turn, or some will just naturally turn with you. Okay? So if we're leading this correctly and he's paying attention, you should not need to remote.
Okay.
It's all done through the leg movements. Okay? So we slow down. Bogey should slow down with us. 90-degree cut, that right leg, right leg, now the opposite way, okay?
I like how Jaden turns.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I need to practice that. Okay.
And it's just in the beginning. Once you get comfortable with it, you don't have to exaggerate, then it would just be, right, left, right. It'd be a normal walk. The next one is our about turns, or right turns. So if Bogey passes, it's always just this tap,
Yeah.
okay? But if he's paying attention, I would slow down, extend my left leg, back on my right leg, forward on my left leg back.
Okay.
Okay? So extend the left, back on the right, back on the left. Okay, so you're just rocking back and forth. People tend to do this naturally, and I saw you actually did it just more subtly. Okay? Until I tell you to do it on
Right,
purpose,
I can't do it.
then you can, because you're thinking too much. Okay?
Choreography, man.
So we'll focus on one turn at a time. We're going to start with the crossover turn, which is the left turn. Okay? So slow down, lead with the right, cut right in front of them, left, right. Okay? Or some people like to do 1, 2, and on 3, you're going the opposite way. Okay? Questions?
No. I know, I am nervous.
I'll coach you through it. Okay? You're gonna mess up. It's
Yeah,
okay.
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 Sounds good.
Whenever you're ready.
Heel.
Slow. Get ready to turn that right leg. Right, left, right. Yep, you're fine. Go ahead and come closer to this side to give you space. There you go. Now slow. Right, get ready. Right, left, right. Okay, good. I want you to extend that right, that first right like a step. Okay. Almost. Go ahead and move forward, and then slow to stop. Okay, good. Good.
Good boy.
So you did good with the exaggerating and leading, but what happened was you're doing this, right? And you want to do right in front of them, right?
Okay.
To the point where you're doing a full like leg extend, because even this here is partial. It has to be very, there you go, like
Right.
that. Very pronounced, okay? Try it again.
Heel.
Good. Yep. Good. There he is. There you go. You're good. Good. Right. Yep. Almost. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Good. Try one more.
I like how you're like,
There you go. Then slow to stop when you're ready. Good. So the first batch that you did, you were still figuring it out, and then he was very like, what is this, right?
Yeah.
And as you repeated them, that last one was actually better. Like he wasn't as taken off guard, right?
Yeah.
Because now he's starting to see, oh, this is what we're doing, okay? So that's why I wasn't, when he would spaz out a bit, I didn't worry about correcting him, because I know it's because he's just not understanding quite yet what's going on, okay? So we're gonna try 2 more. You're slowing down and your turns are much better now. Okay, we're gonna try 2 more to see if he gets even more comfortable, and then we're gonna switch to the other turns, okay? Go ahead.
Heel.
There you go. There you go. That's better. That's better. Caught me off guard.
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So cute. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's funny, they bark like that.
Who did?
The other
Oh,
dog.
that dog did?
Yeah, which I'm like, Look, wait, you couldn't have spelled that. Okay. Yeah.
If nothing happened, we would have it on camera.
There you go. Good turn. And then slow to stop when you're ready. Yep, awesome. Very good. So even better on those left turns, right? Like you see him watching now and going, oh, okay, like this isn't so bad. So now we're going to do the pivots. So those are going to the about right. So that's where you're going to extend the left leg, back on the right leg, forward with the left leg. Okay?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Perfect. Very good. Right, 4 more. Good. Excellent. Yep. Very good. 2 more. And last one. And slow to stop. Perfect.
Good boy.
So there, you could see, even off the first one, very clearly he turned. He was like, what's going on? Oh. And just shifted and walked with you, okay? So last week, we taught Bogey, pay attention, right? There's somebody at the other end of this leash that you need to pay attention to, remind you, right? So now that we got that, we have to communicate with Bogey what we're doing, because you know when you're gonna turn, you know when you're gonna stop. And if there's no clear communication, he's gonna be constantly, like you're gonna step over him, kick him out the way, he's gonna be startled. So this makes it very clear to him what's going on, okay? When you go on your regular walks, he's gonna be more likely to go on autopilot, okay? So the slowing down is very important, because if I slow down and he's on autopilot and forgets and he starts to go ahead, even if your intention was to do a left turn, you need to correct, get his attention again, and then try for the left turn, okay? Many people get stuck on what their intention is, and they'll try to plow through the dog, and then it just goes all over the place, okay? So we always correct, get the attention, and then repeat or retry the turn again, okay? Questions about that?
Yeah, am I giving him too much time to sit? Because I'm kind of...
Oh, you mean like for the auto sets?
Yeah.
He's still learning right now,
Okay.
right?
So
So
I'm not zapping him right away, but I feel like he's kind of like...
I saw the butt go down. I
Yeah.
start to see him curve it, right?
Yeah.
So if we, as you practice this and he gets kind of accustomed to what he's supposed to do, it should get quicker. If it doesn't become quicker, and then we can start kicking it a bit faster. But everything I saw right now was good. Okay, he's doing really good.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and let's do a swap here.
Good job, buddy. Good job. That's good. Good. He's jumping. Right to it. Good dog jumping.
Okay, bud.
Long nap,
It'll be a movie night.
late. Oh.
Heel. Either way.
There you go. Left, right. Good. Very good. Good correction. Yep. Keep going. You're good. There you go. Good. get a bite from the behind. Okay. Tap forward, tap forward. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Good. Two more.
Hey, Jaden, I'll be there in just a second. Jaden, I'm right here. Hi. We're doing a training walk with Bogey right now. I'll be there in just a second.
Good. One more.
Jaden, I'll be there in just a second, baby.
Daddy's girl.
Sometimes you want me.
There you go. Good. So go to slow stop here. Good. And tap the sit. Perfect.
Great job.
So you can see them get more comfortable each time, right?
Yeah.
Let's try one more, but more subtle, just normal left turn. Okay. Yeah. Yep, good correction. There you go. Good. Slow to stop when you're ready. Very good.
Great job. Great job.
Now we're going to do the pivots. Forward to the left, back on the right, forward to the left again.
I know,
Okay.
you will, as soon as you can. You need to understand you can't right now. Okay? You cannot right now.
Good boy.
When
Good.
you
Heel.
start, you will. Look at, let's see what Bogey's doing. Do you have a bad treat? No. Why are you so angry lately?
Dad, Mommy, stop!
Good turn.
Do you want to do a stand up?
No.
Jaden, good job, Jaden.
Get your voice talking nicely.
Yep, perfect. Three more.
Watch and see what Bogey can find. Good stuff. You want to go for a walk?
Turn.
Very soon. We're learning more stuff with Bogey right now. Do you remember Bogey?
And last one. Perfect. Slow stop when you're ready.
No, we can't.
Very good.
Great job, Bogey. Good boy, buddy.
I'm going to have you say break. We'll let them rest in the shade for a little bit.
All right.
Good job.
Good boy, Bogey. Good boy. Break. Break.
Very good. So, as you expose them more to the turns and stuff, the pivots were easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely the crossovers with these little guys, it's harder.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's really just more exposure. So when it comes to practicing this, what I suggest is, because you have to develop your muscle memory, is take them out, start off with the potty break first, and then do 5 heel to stops.
Okay.
Then do 5 left turns and do 5 pivots, and then start your walk.
Okay.
So it's like a quick little warm up.
So when we're starting off, like, I mean, there's no word except feel to just let him know, like, this is, now we're in work mode.
Correct.
Essentially? Okay.
Yeah. So like, let's say you walk out with Bogey, and he's all set up, and it's his potty break time. You just walk out, let him meander, do his dog thing, right? The moment you say the word heel is when everything kicks into effect.
Okay.
It's easiest. So if Bogey's pottying here,
Yep.
if he's on my left side, this is easier. Okay. If he's pottying like this,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do heel. It's going to be harder for him to
Right.
close that gap. Then I'll make it easier and just give him the left side.
Okay.
So when I say heel, it's just a straight to the leg like
so
that.
he would, even though he's like, he's walking and everything, he's on his way back to you, say it while he's on his way back, and then he should hop into sit
Yeah.
mode and then ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he doesn't, it's not a biggie. Like, I'll get clients that'll just sit the dog and then they'll position themselves themselves and then go.
They sense it. Dog sense it.
Yeah.
They go.
It's personal preference, no biggie. But definitely once you cue the word heel, everything has to be reinforced.
Yep.
Okay. If let's say you're going on the walk and it's really hot and he's just like, this is too much, stop, break, and then just let him meander home. That's fine too, because you gave it very clear, this is the end. Okay. So for dogs, it's either they're under control or they're not.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no like real in between. A lot of people go by, my dog doesn't pull as much, right? So heel isn't about not pulling as much. Heel is here. It's very strict. How he was today was perfect. That was all perfect positioning, okay? Your corrections were good. Every time you stepped out of line, you defaulted to the correction and then you went on what you were gonna do. That was also correct. Now when you apply this on your walks, it's gonna be a little tricky in the beginning because now you have to time things, right? So it's like, oh, I'm gonna make a left turn at this light here. Right. Now you have to like set that up. But once you get used to it, you don't even think about it anymore. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you find Bogey's having a hard time with the turns, more often than not, it's because the client is forgetting to slow down. It's almost always the case. Okay. So if that does happen and you're like stepping over them and stuff, just think to yourself, am I slowing down? If not, add that in. And that issue of him coming up in front of you, we didn't see it anymore.
No, not as, yeah.
And it's possibly because of the turning into him. So a lot of times when we turn into the dog, it spaces them out because they're trying to avoid the collision. Okay? Questions so far?
No?
Nope.
No.
So I'm going to have you do one more run apiece. Did you want to switch Bogey and then show your daughter, or you want to do your run first?
Should I do my run first? Since you've already got it? Okay.
So what we're going to do here is everything, but like we did 5 and 5 and 5. Here you're going to blend the healing to the stops and speeding up with your left turns and your pivots. Okay, so you're going to kind of just freestyle it. Right. Good. Good, you're good. Good recovery. Good pivot. Good.
Heel.
It's all right.
I was toying what to do. I was like,
Yeah, that's fine. It still worked out. There you go. Good. 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 A couple more.
Heel. That's a heel every time you start, right?
Yeah. From stationary to motion, you say heel.
Yeah.
Forward. Yep. Good. 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 Turn. Tap, tap, good. 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 Slow to stop when you're ready. We'll swap. Very good. Excellent.
good job, buddy. Great job. Good boy.
Good.
Good boy.
No, hold you now. Just stand up.
It's like, but she's comfortable.
Yeah, just finally she accepts mom. Okay. Alright. Okay, and I missed it. You said we're doing like a few of each.
You're just freestyling it,
What
right?
Okay.
In terms like mixing, however you want.
Okay.
To show you, like even if you change things up and there's no rhyme or reason to it,
Yeah.
as long as everything's going well, he should just go move with you,
Okay.
right? Correcting when needed. There was something what happened here with Nate was, so when you were walking, I think it was this way, or he starts like pull, right?
Yeah.
You have two ways of correcting it. If Bogey goes off to the side, you can either go straight forward because he's still going to move in like this,
Okay.
or the pivot is also
Okay.
another option. You can do either or. If he passes you, it's always
pivot.
the opposite
Yeah.
way. Straight to the side, you have either option.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Yeah, it's like he can't decide which way we're going, so he's like if he goes ahead, then it's
If
gotta
you
go
go
the other way.
opposite,
Okay.
correct. To the side, you have either option.
Alrighty. Heel.
Go ahead and pivot. You're fine. Go ahead and pivot the other way. Yep. Tap forward. Good. You got it. You got it. There you go. There you go. Good. Good. Tap. Tap.
He's not responding.
Yeah, we might have lost contact. Go ahead and bump it a couple levels. There he is. Good.
Good job.
Yep, going correct. There it is. Good.
Good job. Good job. Yeah.
Yep, good correction. Pull forward, tap, tap, tap forward, tap, relax, good. Good. Try a couple more.
Yo. Yo.
Good. 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 Good correction.
Good job, Bogey. Good job. Yeah.
Good. Forward tap, 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 tap. There he goes. Good.
I messed him up.
Go in and shorten a little, because the leash got kind of, there you go. Good, and then relax, good. Good. Yep, there you go. Good. You see, he tried to speed up, and then when he saw the right leg coming, he actually dialed back. That was good. Excellent. I'm going to pause right there.
Good
Good.
job. Good job, buddy. Good job.
So that's heel. Okay, so it's a package of things. Half of it is him focusing on you. The other half is you communicating clearly what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions about any of this stuff?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I feel like, yeah, it's more on me to get it.
Yeah, you know, practice,
Figured
right?
out. He's figured out fine.
Yeah. No, obviously, us by ourselves needing to turn very specifically with certain legs
Yeah,
isn't a daily thing.
Yeah.
But once you get used to it, you don't even think about it.
Okay.
Okay. He did really well.
Buddy.
The
He's
nervous
shaking now,
reactions he had. Yeah, I see a little bit. The nervous reactions he had as the class progressed got better and better. Like the first one you did, actually before I forget, do you know why that ended up that way? How he was like all...
Oh, I do know that, he went, I should have just turned around instead of, like actually you tell me what happened, I don't remember.
So,
Why don't you do that with me?
so the reason why that happened was because Bogey was actually a little bit too far off to the left, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
you were correct with what you were doing.
Okay.
But his position, since he was out here, when you went like this, by the time this happened, he was here. So it threw him off, right?
Okay.
So when you're gonna do your turn, I would just take a peek at Bogey. If he's close in, it should be a smooth turn. If anything, he's gonna shoot off that way, or a little bit forward, but not that much.
Yeah.
It's super common.
Yeah.
So like if he's this far off, what you can do is just move forward and tap to bring him in,
Okay.
and then you can go into the left turn.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
When he, I think he went like this.
Yeah.
What you could have also have done is just pivoted in, and he would have been back on your left side.
Okay.
Okay, so it's really about just keeping Bogey or moving in a way that keeps Bogey on that side. There's no right or wrong, excuse me. So you can move him over and all that stuff, or you can even just completely reset and reposition.
Yeah.
But in that moment, since he was here and the leash was crossed like this, right? If you would have just went like this, back on the left, we move forward, okay? But in the end, you got it fixed anyway. So again, no right or wrong, just another option, okay? With the auto sits, what I would do now is if he sits by himself, we're good. I would, if he forgets to sit, I would opt for the tap first before the pull-up, okay? Because if he listens to the pull-up, it doesn't give you the opportunity to tap, so then you're always pulling up, right? Which is not an aversive. The tap is of an aversive. So what you'll find is he's gonna think, crap, I better sit down faster because I don't want to get the contraction.
That makes sense.
Okay? And as you work with, and if you want to speed up this process, he's doing pretty good, then I make a training session for the sits where it'll be heel, walk a little bit, auto sit, heel, walk a little bit, auto sit. So you're drilling them within a 3 to 5 minute session, back to back to back.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, you just do this as on your normal walks. He'll get it. It'll just take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. So he did as well as he could do today. You guys did a good job.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you have your homework.